we're getting down to business. The Wizard and I. Probably one of 3 songs I have memorized from this soundtrack, both the original and this one. I'm going to be analyzing Cynthia Erivo's live performance. I completely forgot to say that in all of these. These are live performances from everyone. Well, from Ariana and Cynthia. I don't know about the background dancers and singers, but they definitely did theirs live, and that's so incredible. You'll see why towards the end. I was just blown away at how everything was perfectly done. Not a single note was too far out of place from the pitch it was supposed to be, and overall, there was a lot of improv and differences in how she handled it versus how you constantly hear it being handled by other musical theater professionals and Idina Menzel herself. She really stood out in a way that just blew me away. So let's go blow ourselves away again, shall we? I'll just keep myself on the ground for a minute so that I can analyze it.
Miss Elphaba. Many years I have waited for a gift like yours to appear. Why, I predict the wizard might make you his magic grand vizier. My dear, I'll write at once to the wizard.
Contralto.
Tell him of you in advance.
She's got some incredible fluidity
like
with this part.
There is a definite chance if you work as you should. You'll be making good. Welcome to Shiz.
Did that really just happen? Have I actually understood?
So much improv here.
Work I've tried to suppress or hide is a talent.
Just in that alone, she's already making it her own. Because you can take it any way you want, but as far as the one I've heard from Idina herself, she's such a contrast because she chose delight in how she received it. Idina showed a perception of shock. What is going on? Did that really just happen? And she was just like, did that really just happen? I just don't know what to say other than that. It's just the way she chose delight for that moment as well as for everything she's sung so far. It's so good.
That could help me meet the wizard if I make good. So I'll make good. When I meet the wizard, once I prove my worth, then I meet the wizard, what I've waited for since birth. And with all his wizard wisdom, by my looks, he won't be blinded. Do you think the wizard is dumb?
What I sense on top of that is just acting into it so much more than I've ever heard any other version. Most people, when they sing this, they do it with decent emotional commitment, but they don't act it out like she's doing right now. Obviously she has to for the big screen, but she's giving even more than that because she's using her knowledge of speech to her advantage. She's playing with making words short and staccato and then lengthening out some and then going back to staccato in the most back and forth way that just emphasizes speech on a level you cannot comprehend in essence. That's what I hear her doing so far, and it's adding so much already. We haven't even gotten to the best part. She'll get there musically, but right now she's keeping it in acting mode and letting the vocal capabilities take a back seat for a minute. It's so good.
Or like a munchkin, so small-minded, no. He'll say to me, I see who you truly are, a girl on whom I can rely, and that's how we'll begin, the wizard and I.
You can hear the smile in everything she's singing. It's so great.
Once I'm with the wizard, my whole life will change. 'Cause once you're with the wizard, no one thinks you're strange. No father is not proud of you. No sister acts ashamed.
True.
And all of
I saw
us
that.
has to love you. And by the wizard you're acclaimed. And this gift or this curse I have inside, maybe at last I'll know why. As we work hand in hand, the wizard and I. And one day he'll say to me, Elphaba, a girl who is so superior, shouldn't a girl who's so good inside have a matching exterior? And since folks here to an absurd degree seem fixated on your verdigris, would it be alright by you if...
On top of that, she's pitch perfect, which is so hard to do live. I wouldn't say completely hard, but what's interesting is that she's doing it live as Ariana is, but she's also walking around and doing things with her body. It's so interesting, just knowing that she's doing all of this live. I'm gonna have to hold off on that part, because that just leads me to a point that will be more appropriate to make later on in the song.
I degreenify you.
Nice switch.
Though of course that's not important to me.
And a nice transition at the top before coming down.
Reply, oh, what a pair we'll be, the wizard and I. Yes, what a pair we'll be, the wizard and...
And that's what I mean when I say she's leaning into it musically. Extra riffs and runs.
Unlimited.
Nice solid chest voice.
My future is unlimited. And I've just had a vision almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy. And true, the vision...
Did you hear that? Truly crazy? Most people, when they say truly crazy, they don't mean it with a guttural terror. And that's what her choice was? Yeah, okay. You go off, Cynthia, you go off. Now, what I'd assume everyone else chooses is just like, it's crazy. Wow. Just a casual surprise on the slightest, smallest way. It's just cool how she's just making different choices in every single moment. Just constant play. The director told them to do that, by the way. They said, sing it how you think you should, and then just go with play and we'll take care of the rest. Like, you couldn't be more blessed. You couldn't be more blessed if a director told you to do it that way. And because of that, we get to hear this amazingness.
Vision's hazy, but I swear someday there'll be a celebration throughout Oz. It's all to do with me. And I'll stand there with the wizard, feeling things I've never felt. And though I'd never show it, I'd be so happy I could melt. And so it will be for the rest of my life.
There it is again, making choice after choice.
Held in such high esteem. When people see
Sorry, I'll just play until the end and then tell you afterwards.
me, they will scream for half of Oz's favorite team, the wizard and I.
Okay, first off, that was incredible passion on the last note. More than any other version I've ever heard. So good on you, Cynthia, for that. You clearly have more of a pop leaning than musical theater in this, without saying you don't have musical theater in it at all. But you're definitely choosing pop and acting choices. It's like musically you're leaning on a different genre to put into musical theater while also taking a aspect from musical theater, which is the acting, and putting those two things together. That, in essence, seems to be what she's doing to make this her own. One thing, this is what I was going to say at the end. She was running in the middle of a field, either that or just on some sort of green screen or treadmill. So just running at all, doesn't matter how she's doing it or how the scene is set up. She's running and singing at the same time. And then because she got ahead of herself in her glee, her power flew her into the air as she was gaining momentum. She was still singing with perfect vocals, staying perfectly on pitch while running. You have to be very trained to do that. That is so great. So great. I mean, I could never. I'm good, but I'm not that good. That was my final point. I'm really excited to get into the rest of this soundtrack. It's gonna be a while, but I'm committed. I enjoyed this one so thoroughly, and I can't wait to listen to it for years to come. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for the rest of the soundtrack, and I'll see you next time.